Hello, this is Jeannie. I am here on a Saturday working on my Faith-Filled Collaging 2025. I'll have all the information below in my description box. But it's a creative series from Angela at Junk Journal Junction and Anna G. at Making Joyful Journals. They are doing this every first and third Wednesday of each month. You can go to those channels and find out about the challenge, and they give you a list of what you could use. It'd be helpful to have some things to be able to use. They even have some freebies that are copyright-free images that you can download. And anyway, I am going to try to get this page done. I do not have editing software, so I may pause between getting things and stuff. I try to get everything ready here, but like I said, I may have to pause my video, so just so you are aware. But today the verse is Isaiah 40 verse 31, and some of the things that they had suggested in putting in the collage were an eagle, the color lavender, a book page for paper, and a texture would be like a corrugated cardboard. So thankfully I had just received a box this past week, and I was able to take it apart and use some of that as my corrugated paper, and have no idea what I'm going to do yet, but I am using an old Happy Planner that I had, and I have completed the first couple weeks, and I'm working on this week's today. So I'll be right back. I'll show you what I have. Okay, so I had a huge stack of die cuts with a view. Not die cuts with a view, sorry. It's called Craftsmith. I think that was put out by Michaels, and it had all kinds of purples in it. So I found a lavender I think that will work with my page. It suggested a book page, and I had an old dictionary page to use, and there's my little piece of corrugated cardboard, and the only eagle that I could find in a magazine. So those are the four things that are kind of not required, but you know what I mean, that was suggested to be able to use. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to cut this down so it will fit my page, and I think what I'm going to do first is I have this is an old Stampin' Up! Ruler. I've had it for years. It's called the Tearing Edge, and so you can use there's a bigger cut edge and a smaller. I think I'm going to work on the bigger cut edge today. But anyway, so I'm going to try to line this up for how wide my book is and tear down that edge. Okay, this is kind of a heavy-duty paper, so it may take me a minute, and it may not even, well, it'll work. It just takes some effort. It's very sharp, so you really got to be careful. Okay, and so you can kind of see the edge that you get. Now this obviously was a white core in the middle of this paper, so I liked that cut edge though. And actually I'm trying to figure out if I want that on the inside. I think I will. I'm going to have that on the inside, and I'm also going to cut down on this edge, which I'm going to use that same area. Alright, right there. Oh, and I of course moved it. There I go. Actually, I want to keep cutting or tearing it the same way, because if you tear it the other way, you won't get that same core look. So there's that. Let's make sure I got this at the top. Alright. I actually, sorry, this is live TV, right? Live video. Alright. Alright, there's that good edge. So, there's that. Now, I can also use my book page. I'm not sure if I want to use that whole book page on there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half. Tear it in half, I should say. Oh, you know what? I should use my ruler. That would be smart now, wouldn't it? There we go. So it's thinner paper. It's a lot easier to tear. All right. And tear this bottom off. And last, it's right here. Yep. So it's a dreary, going to be a rainy, maybe sleety day here. And it's a good day to craft. I actually got to go out and watch our grandkids at a program called Upwards, and it's every Saturday, so it's really fun to be able to go and watch our grandson and granddaughter play. Well, I should say our grandson is playing basketball. Our granddaughter is cheerleading, and so that's a fun time to watch. All right, here's my little eagle. And then I have my corrugated cardboard, so I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. Now my thought was I was going to write my verse out, so maybe I'm going to use maybe this area to write my verse out this time. And it's the thought process. You got to think about, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to tear this in half, since it already has a bit of a frame on it anyway. And write my verse down here. As you can tell, I am not used to collaging. This is all very new to me, and I guess I'm not afraid of space, a blank space. Most people are. But I actually, it doesn't bother me at all. And I am just thinking, what could I do? Again, let me think out loud. This is the bigger one, sorry, bigger side. And make this edge frayed. Okay. See what I mean about the frayed? So just depending on how you tear it, you usually will get the white core, but if you tear it a different way, then you just get the torn edge. You don't really get you don't see the white core unless you flip it over. So there's that. All right, so I'm thinking something like that looks okay. And like I said, then I'm going to write my verse out. So give me a few minutes to glue this down. I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go. Here is my finished page. I was looking the verse up again because, you know, we've all read this verse and are familiar with it, but when you write it down, it helps to commit it to memory. I heard a long time ago that if you write a verse down 5 times, that usually by the end of the 5th time you can, you know, it's in the memory before you, oh, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. It's when you write it out 5 times, you commit it to your memory, and by the time you write the 5th time, you are able to just write it without looking at it because you've committed it to your memory. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so there's my page for the week. I love the verse because it says, "But those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint." So it's quite the promise of hope for us as believers, and we certainly, you know, the imagery of a beautiful, majestic eagle, it is, you know, just makes you think of God's creation and what He has created here for us to enjoy on earth, and the beauty that we can see every day. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.